Oh, it's me. What's up? What's up? It's your boy. Me. I hope I'm not getting sick, because I've had students who are sick. And they came to school sick today, and I'm sitting there like, just stayed at home. Hi Cloud, hi Silver, how you guys doing? I really hope I'm not getting sick, because I'm already getting hit with the winter storm warning coming on Thanksgiving. Alright. We just gotta do a little bit of farming real quick. Whoops. I gotta switch. Oop, not the relics. Alright, but how are you guys doing today? How you do? How do? How do? And who can clear this for me? Saber can. Borrow Saxon Saber. I'll borrow Saxon Saber to clear these quickly.
Watch over you and guide you on your path.
In the meantime, I have an island to attend to.
This is permanent.
But yeah, I hope you guys are doing okay today. Like I said, I think I'm gonna be coming out with something. Dang kids, making me sick. And imagine ulting for a single enemy couldn't be me.
Mountains roar, dragons rise.
We can do anything.
Meh.
Soaring above the lands.
This is permanence.
Earth shatters, heaven trembles. Mountains roar, dragons rise. Soaring above the lands. This is permanence. Torment and doubt, farewell.
Maybe I should start doing this before stream. Like while I'm setting up. Maybe that would be a smarter thing to do.
We can do anything.
Soaring above the lands. This is permanence. Earth shatters, heaven trembles.
Taken Kaifo! We can do anything! Mae! Strike there! Ikusen Kaiba! Taken Kaifo! You can do it!
Mountains roar, dragons rise! Soaring above the lands! This is permanence!
Did you guys know? This is permanent.
Mae!
Corner to doubt farewell.
Strike there! Mae! Ikusen Kaiba! Taken Kaifo! Strike there! Mae! Ikusen Kaiba!
There we go. Alright, farming done. Click back. Game. There we go. Alright, and for all intents and purposes, our battle pass is done.
いつでも出陣できます。
998? 999? Now, we're all here!
Let's see. What is this place? Where am I? Beyond time and external page. I see. Alright, let's get back into it. We're gonna finish the story tonight. We got like an hour of cutscenes to get through.
Darn it! What are these things? You're not taking me down. Not before I find a way to help her and Dunhung. If you've got a bone to pick, take it up with my six-phased ice. March wandered all across Amphorius for 97 days straight, chasing one goal: to save her friends. And with her bow and arrows, she brought down every obstacle that stood in her way. So that's how it happened. My skill with the bow.
Yep.
I owe it all to March.
The ripples of cause alley spread. Remember the bow and arrows.
What a sweet note. I've got it now. And so, in a memory from the past, you inherited March's mastery of the bow. And that arrow bearing golden flames will streak across the stars in the future, becoming a glimmer
Hydrate
of
now.
hope for the cosmos.
I refuse. I'm rioting. My rioting is not doing the redeems. That's how I riot.
No worries. I'm just A little tired from all the walking. You really need to work out more.
3 paths interweave and fetter Amphorius, co-authoring the fate of the world.
Alright, fine, I'll hydrate.
Ordinary pathstriders aren't known to leave traces in the mirror. So if what you said is true, then this isolated star system must be home to at least 3 beings comparable to Emanators.
I would even go as far as to say, eons themselves.
Don't boo me, I
To
drank.
gain the favor of the stars for Amphorius, the Remembrance sent a call for help to the cosmos. But the obstruction from the scepter
Indeed,
was
women.
far too strong.
Hi, Gambit, how you doing?
Even the gods could do nothing more than send a fleeting mimetic being to someone who walked the same path. Thankfully, Miss Black Swan caught that fleeting moment.
Ripples of causality spread like the Garden Recollections mirror.
Though, that signal drew some unpleasant attention as well.
What am I doing with the long vacation? I don't know.
Looking back now,
Let me see if I wake up
all worth
sick
it.
in the morning because
the cosmos
Wouldn't you believe
showed
it?
us a kinder face.
students coming into school sick.
Thankfully, she has a different understanding of the Remembrance. Miss Evernight once said that the Remembrance wasn't looking after Amphorius, but rather scheming and preparing to devour the paths. Her deduction
I really
is
hope I'm not
perfectly
getting sick.
logical, but she failed to account for what the humans in this story could achieve.
Maybe I have a scheme of my own. A scheme that will bring happiness to everyone. Please keep helping them. And
Am
the
I doing
others
anything
in
for
the future,
Thanksgiving?
too.
I was thinking of
Black
going to visit my dad. We also have a whiteout warning here for Thanksgiving Day. So,
Does wear down the mind
we'll see how that goes.
and wears out the body
We'll
too.
see how that goes. How about you, Gambit? Any plans? What's the issue? Oh, whiteout. We're having a winter storm warning. They're warning that it could be a whiteout. Oh my goodness.
You
Oh my
need to
goodness.
hold tight to this
How
ceremonial
dare you
blade.
put that image in my head?
After I'm gone, it will take you back to the beginning of time. The start of a new story. I believe that in that story, or in countless stories, each alike yet unique, everyone, all the companions who sacrificed themselves, alongside the deliverer we once dreamed of as children, will reunite beneath a vast, endless sky.
Okay, that's fun.
If we can never break free from this prison, I will stand my ground. Until the day someone shatters this endless cycle and writes the final chapter of Amphorius' fate.
In the blink of an eye, we have returned to the turning point of fate. With nothing but a fragile sliver of hope, we embraced 30 million cycles of futility and began the eternal recurrence. I still remember the first time I saw the god appear in a dream, looking at me from behind a thin veil of crystal. Back then, I wondered if they might be someone with ill intent. But now, I finally understand. She was always standing beside me, and she is so very beautiful.
Ripples of causality spread. Weave the dream of a god.
Causality really is a force that cannot be stopped. Even if I wanted to leave a few more words for HisshAnri, it seems I no longer can. After After all, you still have to leave behind your final consciousness and plant the very first seed.
I remember what you once said. When a god sheds a tear, the thing reflected in the ripples must be the most beautiful thing in the world. But do you know what Amphorius saw when its heart was born? The first thing it saw was a name.
Missing object. Information 093.
0, 9, 3.
Looks like you figured it out. Sometimes, all it takes is a change in perspective to reveal something truly unexpected. Don't you agree?
That's right.
Relatable.
Turn these numbers upside down, and you'll see a beautiful eternity. Something we believe in.
093. Turn them upside down. I don't get it.
The ego.
Oh, ego. Gotcha. Let go of my ego. Or is it let go of my ego?
Looks like time's running out.
I want to protect everyone in the village.
But
Through with it.
Can I really do that with the strength I have?
Sure you can, kiddo.
I shouldn't think too much. Better finish the farm work Dad left me first.
the hero within has been by our side since we were little. Finan has always been strong, but without that faint glimmer of hope lingering in his mind. Would the weight of fate and endless recurrence finally break him?
If only someone could place even a sliver of hope inside his heart, he would hold on and keep going.
Ah,
Yes,
Saxon! Thank you for the 39 months!
and he would guard that fragile light until it turned into a blazing sun.
I no longer have the strength to make the hero within look like her.
Aww.
So, let me leave behind a prophecy for him.
One day I'll figure out why it plays it twice. Let the ripples of causality spread. Proclaim a pale dawn.
Take this wish with you. Be the hero who begins the mission of deliverance. As prophecy foretold, you will bear the blazing sun until the pale dawn breaks. Continue onward, bearing this world upon your shoulders until the Ashen Hero, the nameless deliverer, ushers in the dawn.
Now, your eyes have seen through all of Amphorius, from the end back to the beginning.
Cast ripples and bid the final
Looks like
farewell.
time's running out.
The first ripple was where it all began for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I thought they were just musical notes scattered aimlessly throughout memory. But they had already become part of this world. No matter how Amphorius came to be, right now it feels so gentle. As I return to where I came from, it wants to play for me once more that melody from when we first met. A simple, but beautiful melody.
The I can smell it. The scent of wheat fields.
Comes back to the wheat fields.
You're clever. I bet you figured it out long ago, didn't you? The end of this journey
Hey,
back,
Rooster.
the
We're
final
almost
gap
at the
in
end.
Euphorius. It leads to the place we both call home.
We can finally go home.
Are you ready? If you leave memory at the very beginning of the story and cast the first stone, that final gap in Euphorius will close. The causal loop of Euphorius will become a fixed point in the stars.
And if I don't do that,
Then this world and the cosmos beyond the sky might still fall into the destruction.
there's no way we would let something like that happen, right?
Exactly.
I remember that tree in ID Silicii. It grew all alone.
Wait, I just realized something. I missed something. Hold on. Okay, yep, got it.
Unable to go anywhere. It
I am
watched
also
the
tired.
sea in silence,
Very tired.
dreaming of a faraway shore it could never reach. But now, a tiny boat sets sail. It carries a seed of hope, plucked from the tree, and heads into the great beyond. Even if the boat's shadow fades quickly from sight, the tree knows that its wish will bloom on the other side of the sea. In that moment, it must feel happiness, right?
The way you brought it up, now I kind of miss that tree too. Come on, let's go home together. Take it with us, back to the sacrament courtyard. Let it become Remembrance's anchor, tying together the times we knew so well.
Let's go home. Together.
The ripples of causality spread. Return to the girl's homeland.
That final note.
Right. It's been with me all this time. This is Doe. It is also the first note. The one from the first time we met.
And the one that stayed to the very end.
Bad. Oh, my shovel broke too.
Heidi Silicii.
Now I'm sad in both
Place where
games.
it all began. It's like time itself has stopped. And the breeze and the sound of the waves never seem to rest. We've made it. The sacrament courtyard. This is the place where we first picked up the ceremonial blade.
And where we first began writing journals.
Breaking up.
Now, the journey through memory has reached its end. Once the anchor is placed, what awaits us is 30 million lifetimes of reunion.
Looping. Again and again. Endless farewells.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti.
and with them, endless encounters. Such a happy scale. Whether it's for HisshAnri, the Deliverer, or every sprouting branch of Emphorius, I leave this tale of love here. May the river of time flow backward, bringing scenes of the future before our gaze. In the eternal land that no one remembers. The legend of the Trail Place is about to begin.
Let's spread the ripples of let the ripples of causality spread, narrating the prophecy of flame chase.
Is it all over now? My mind and my memories. It seems they're beginning to fade. The breeze is warm, but my body is shivering for some reason.
If you're feeling cold, let's find somewhere warm. We can rest there, together.
Somewhere warm. I know just the spot. 405. 504. 093. 365. 432. 252. 496. 720. 618. 600. 216. 945.
If I recall correctly, that's all the numbers in all their names.
Treehouse. Seridra. March 7th. Dunham.
Electra. Hyacinthia. Caslana. Anaxagoras.
Aglaya. Midemos. Castorus. Cyphera.
Cyrene. And you. Look. Everything is already as we've written.
And so the flower fades at the journey's end, only to take root again at the journey's beginning. It leaves love as yesterday's conclusion. When people see that ending of love, they set out on the flame chase journey. And those who chase the flame, in turn, let the flower bloom anew tomorrow. Causality comes full circle in this line, or more poetically, penitently the rest. Within the light cone all is faded. You ask fate, what is divinity? And she says, look how beautiful you are.
I
Oh,
am the
hold on.
gaze that looks back on the world.
There we go.
How fortunate we are. In this cycle of cause and effect, humanity never looks to the gods for guidance. The ones who pick up the pen and write miracles again and again are always ourselves.
Am I
awake? Peach, where are you? Are you still here? I shrank. So that's how it works.
See how it works
When
now.
memory drifts away with the breeze, love leaves behind a seed and turns into lament. Demiurge, Cyrene, Mem. Back again to the first Philia 093. I always do have my charm. The final ripple nourished the great tree, and from it grew a single pink peach.
We've been playing for so long, and you still haven't told me your name! I've told you so many times already. You're just forgetful. My name is Livia. Livia. If you forget again, I won't tell you next time. Livia. Got it. Then you have to remember mine, too. I'm
Gavin.
Piso.
Oh.
I always remember.
Oh yeah, I remember those two now.
So, Cyrene was just a pen name after all. So sleepy. That drowsy little fairy barged into my mind again. The last of my memories are slipping away. I wonder what this world will look like when I wake up again. I remember a cry and my name, daughter of Mighty Celestii.
There it is. There it is. We knew it was Allie the whole time.
Shh. Never mind. The same seed, when planted in different soils, blooms into flowers that are alike, yet never the same. But what truly makes her beautiful is each and every soul in the world. No matter what form liking takes, it is still precious love, and I will accept it gratefully and return it with joy. Do you remember my favorite story? That crystal flower was so beautiful because it reflected the eyes of the little fairy. The stars across the cosmos will know. I am the fairy who wrote, as I've written, together with you. And in your heart, I know I will always be given the name I love most. The one you gave me. After all, we've always been in sync.
Hey, don't rush!
Slow down. Let the words settle. We have plenty of time.
In Amphorius's month of mourning,
all conflicts across the land come to rest. On the 11th day and night of the month of mourning, the dead will part, the living will embrace, the snow will fall, and bonfires will rise to warm every heart aching with lament. It may sound heavy, right? But on this day, laughter always rises louder than tears. Because people understand that parting is for the next reunion, and sorrow is so we may love more deeply. That is why this day is her favorite of the year. Under the same sky, across 8 phases of the moon, 13 heroes composed an epic together. 1 plus 8 plus 13 equals 2 11s.
Would it feel more fitting if the rest were written in Miss Irene's voice?
Agreed.
Then, we'll add 1. A 1 like none that has come before. A 1 that blazes new trails. I make this wish. On the 12th day of the 11th month, 13 heroes will take every core flame ignited across 30 million lifetimes and scatter them among the stars. Later, when the people who know this story gaze upon the cosmos, they will discover that the countless stars in the sky now glow pink. And after 13 seconds, that radiant light will quietly fade away. It will be such a romantic, yet puzzling sight. But that's all right. They will keep that mystery close to their hearts, constantly pondering. Pondering what the ego truly is. They will love. They will get hurt. They will rage. And in 30 million moments of helplessness, they will stitch their shattered hearts back together. Again and again. But remember this well. Losses are a constant on the flame chase journey. There may be pain along the way, but you and I will never be alone. They will come to understand what it means to lose, and in the end, they will choose to let go. They will offer their hearts to this world, to every companion they walk beside. And they will take in the hearts of others and pass them onward. For every soul that exists in this world, there is a different ego, a different prime mover of life. There will never be just one answer, not even for love. But when people gaze into the night sky and love what is fading with the same resolve they have to praise the stars, I want that soft, gentle pink in the sky to tell them, love will always be answered. This is a story about love, and a story about how to answer it. Whether it is one we have already written, or one you are yet to write, it will be a romantic story, like none that has come before. You think so too, right?
And a romantic story deserves an ending that is free and complete. When every clue and thread has found its end, and the weight of the pen is no longer constrained. Pour the spirit of trailblazing into it, and end this tale with the most pure and romantic period.
Light. sea, stars, seeds, flowers, birds, hope, and love. Such words of beauty were how I first imagined the world. For as long as I can remember, I've used them to tell the stories of Amphorius. And now, this is the last one. A story about tomorrow. Dedicated to you.
Once upon a time, morning glow, scattered light, shone on you and I, and fading poems, frozen rhymes, are traces on the breeze, whispers of past reverie. Please let me linger for now, enveloped in your sound. Love on the pages, the ink our stories penned. No matter how it ends, I'll do it all again. Oh, stay true, blossom as spring renews, dreaming colors every hue. Tomorrow's highs to tomorrow's life, while walking step beside you. So stay true. Winter's rhyme anew, woven memories are blue. And like a melody, sing a song of reverie. Please stay true, cherish your memory. Go with love, your heart's your key as rivers flow, as gardens grow. I hope you bloom in beauty. See you soon, after the end of time, in the mountain frozen rime. Now stay true, blossom as spring renews, dreaming colors every hue. Tomorrow's eyes, to tomorrow's life, while walking step beside you. Now stay true, the winter's rhyme anew, woven memories are blue. And like a melody, sing our reverie. And in our memory, in the end of our journey.
We never did figure out who March 7th really was, huh? Dedicated to the hero within. May this journey lead us starward. So I need to step away for a moment. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Let's see. Let's see what Mem's got for us.
Mem.
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 Mem. Mem. Mem. Mem. Memmy. Mem. 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 Mem.
So is this back when the express crashed? That's you. Oh, my dog sneezed. Bless ya. Yeah.
I guessed as much. It's no longer working. Looks like it's just the two of us out here now.
Oh, whoops.
Let's find someplace safe to set up a base of operations first. This statue and the buildings we've seen so far point to a civilization here on Amphorius. We can only hope that they're not hostile toward outsiders.
I've reunited with you so many times. And every time feels like the first time we met. Each time, love breaks through the stubborn cycles and takes flight toward a pink tomorrow.
Early.
And that's it. 3.7. Done. We did it. We're all caught up. And we got Fly into a Pink Tomorrow. Nameless 3 collection. Flawless shines to do memories and stories find completion by looking back. Verses memorized through your travels. Head to the book to write it down. Trace unlocked. Trail measures your remembrance. Unlocked to trace unfinished epilogue. Using ultimate enhances basic attack into 1 instance of joint attack. Together we script tomorrow. We can switch to the new light cone. And I gotta figure out how to get the enhancements for it. Oh, we already have the enhancements for it. That makes it easier. So increase the wearer's crit damage by 12% when equipped by Trailblazer Remembrance. Increases all allies' target damage dealt by 8%, which upgrades to 16%. And increases damage dealt by the enhanced basic attack. Together we script tomorrow by... It goes to double damage. Put this on. So there we go. Now we have her strongest, or her best in slot in. I just gotta level up. Alright, so that was fantastic. It was absolutely worth it. Holy moly, Amphorius. I can't believe Amphorius is done. I'm kind of sad. Kind of sad now that it's done. Yeah, there we go. Oh, wow. This whole time I had an off piece for one of her relics. Recommendation? I guess ice damage boost is the is the recommendation, which this does fill. And it adds crit damage, which is also helpful. Against this. Alright, roll into crit damage. Nothing but crit damage, please. Damn it. There we go. Do it again. Damn it. Do it again. Damn it. Okay, whatever. We'll take it. 225% crit damage. I don't know what the recommended amount should be, but we did get relic rating A, so that's got to be pretty good, right? Alright. Alright, now that we're done with the story, we can put the hat on. There we go.
Oh, back so soon?
There's something I want to ask. Okay. Yes, we got the hat on. Hey, Pom Pom, it's been a while. How are you doing? How's my Trailblaze level? Been at level 70 for like a year and a half now. What was it again? Didn't Donningham much to... I told Donningham before that lunch I was many delicious snacks. Y'all promised to bring me back something. Never thought you'd be like that. Don't cry. I'll go buy some for you now. Like roasted wings and sugar, ball, fly, or squirrely, they'll have weird texture. Is mung bean soda? I've heard much stuff and mentioned that before. It's a low food special. Can you please help me out with that then? Henri, make a quick trip. Ah, you didn't like it. What's this memory bubble here? Some system hours scored aboard the Astro Express in space. Oh, wait.
Waved a probe around in deep space and found our pal and Don Hung. That little thing's really that impressive.
This might be from a while ago, actually. Not a single H before even budged.
Ninja tech
Huh.
device.
That's crazy.
Blessed by the Great One. It senses the ultra-low frequency electric waves of the human body.
Oh, that's a whole lot of pretty wubbaboo.
Wubbaboo. When exactly did this
Since we
conversation
found
take
him,
place?
Let's drop the act. You played it well, but who do you think you are? Brother Hanu? Thinking you could pass as a Galaxy Ranger?
Lord Cowboy Ninja, you have turned on me for no reason.
Alright, so it was sometime
Don't
after
tell
the
me
stuff with
traitorous
Dr.
monkey
Primitive.
Ninja bewitched you. Are you walking the path of heretics now?
Enough. My name is Silver Gun Shura.
Ah, it was Sparkle.
Ugh. This is why I hate putting over-the-top characters into the script. You and this mysterious ninja girl. Both of you are impossible to play. Director Sparkle doesn't care for Mad Men.
Now the question was, when was it Sparkle and all that?
What's your
It's been
real
too long
reason
since
for
I've
being
done
here?
that questline, so I don't even remember.
Come on. What bad intentions could a masked fool possibly have? Just here to watch a show. Shuffle a few cards. My two prized actors were drifting through space for ages, and you all couldn't find them. What choice did I have but to come myself? Otherwise, who's going to share the stage with me?
You don't even care
Oh
about
no,
the
this
Iron Tomb
did
disaster
happen. That's
threatening the
okay.
whole universe. And it seems the fool's wisdom isn't all that deep.
Huh.
Ranger, don't think waving
Yeah,
some
that's what I've heard
righteous
too.
flag gives you the right to throw sidelong jabs. And don't act like you've got no motives of your own.
So in the end, the Galaxy Rangers did answer the call, but it was Sparkle.
You're hoping this war involving the gods might be the key to freeing that broken-legged wolf.
Broken-legged wolf.
Who else knows about that?
Just me. Do you believe it? Relax. I'm not interested in disturbing that living legend. I just couldn't resist messing with you when I saw you come back empty-handed.
You little... Fine. Since you saved our pal and Don Hone, get out of here. But remember what you said. Leave the boss alone.
Could it be the boss of the Galaxy Rangers?
Or else.
You don't have to worry at all. In Director Sparkle's next script, gray hair gets the spotlight.
So there's that. What about this one?
Let's skip the formalities about how the Express crew led the formation of the Cosmic Alliance and saved civilization from the destruction. Thanks to the Express crew's support, our operations stayed on course, even under the relentless pressure from the Marketing Development Department. Miss Himiko, the Strategic Investment Department extends its deepest thanks.
Your department's contributions during the crisis did not go unnoticed. But besides disaster relief and holding the line, you've had your hands full with something else too, haven't you?
Indeed. The Cosmic Alliance's victory this time has revealed something truly precious. A glimpse of what united civilizations can accomplish in the face of destruction. Our department is summarizing key lessons from this campaign. If another crisis of this scale appears on the horizon, we intend to have a system ready to respond.
Good
If the IPC can take the lead in establishing a true frontline against the destruction, it will bring hope to every civilization.
Of course, that still hinges on continued support from the Astral Express. Once the Iron Tomb matter is settled, we will be in touch again, Miss Himiko.
Alright, next.
General Jing Yuan, it's been too long. Did Miss Fuxuan return safely?
Well, she almost had a near-death experience this time.
She'll be fine.
The Omniscia foresaw Iron Tomb's obliterating strike. It also told me there was no avoiding it, no surviving it.
Yet in that exact moment, the Seer strategist sent a message. The empty fortune has cracked open, and fate can now be decided. Then we lost contact. Alas, always so cryptic. Your brilliant senior soarer never says anything plainly. Left me pacing all night.
Stop lying, General.
No need to be upset, Master Diviner. Cryptic talk comes with the territory of being a general.
The soldiers of the Xianzhou stood firm in this battle amidst overwhelming odds. Their courage and sacrifice deserve recognition. And it just so happens that the golden blood of ruin the Alliance needs is in the Nameless's hands. It was taken by the hero Kazlana of Amphorius at the cost of his life, directly from Nanook themselves. Though Kazlana is no longer part of this world, that kid can still reach a fragment of his memory. Perhaps Kazlana would be willing to entrust the golden blood to an ally who went to great lengths for Amphorius.
In that case, very well. On behalf of the Cienjo Alliance, I offer our deepest respect to the world of Enforius and her brave, noble heroes. To strike an eon as a mortal, even for but a fleeting instant, this deed alone deserves to be etched into the stars and remembered forever.
Next.
Mr. Boothill, it's a relief to see you alive and well after all that bloodshed.
Born tough. Though, I ought to apologize to you, Miss Himiko, for missing the Express's signal earlier.
The soldiers of both the IPC and the Cienjo saw the way you all fought on the front lines. Please accept my sincere thanks for the bravery the Rangers showed.
No need for thanks, Miss Himiko. I ain't the leader of the pack, didn't bring many along. Most of those who showed up for this fight have a personal score to settle with the destruction. That's why they fought like they had nothing to lose.
The Express crew owes you and Miss Rappa a special thanks for retrieving her and Don Hung after the battle. With the scepter put out of commission, there was a lot of chaos across the Amphorius segmentum. Even with signal tracking, finding them was no simple task.
Maybe her ninjutsu really is the real deal.
Maybe.
Speaking of which, where is Miss Rappa?
Don't worry, she's gone to help the other Rangers. I'll pass on the Astral Express's message to her.
Stars silent as enigmas. This brief message. The conductor, please forgive me for leaving without notice. I know you're doing all you can to recover the car belonging to me and Henri. I wanted to say goodbye before leaving, but the difference in time flow between the outside world and Enforius no longer permitted me to stay. I saw the look in your eyes. It was the same one I saw when you spoke of Mr. McHale and the others. I didn't want to trouble you with unnecessary worry, so I'm leaving this message. I'll bring both of them back safe and sound. This is my promise. You know me. I never break my word. This is also the duty I carry as an express guard. I don't know how long this will take. If you ever feel anxious, read this message. Maybe it will ease your mind, and even if just a little. If Henri were here, she would probably say there's still mung bean soda in fridge that she hasn't finished and wouldn't want to waste. Please look after March until she wakes up. Goodbye, Don Hung. Alright, so that was sometime, I think after 3.5? Or maybe 3.6, actually. Oh, balls. What's up?
What is it? Do you need something?
Someone's inviting you to return to Old Ground. This must be a side quest I never did.
There's no signature. And it doesn't mention a time or place. Looks like whoever sent this expects me to remember. Unfortunately, I'm going to disappoint them.
Could it be Blade?
The handwriting does seem like that of a swordmaster, but Blade would have gotten straight to the point.
Jinglu? I never did do her story quest.
It's an invitation, all right, but this is too mysterious to be him.
Never did do her story.
Let me hold on to the letter. Anything related to Don Feng's past should be handled with care.
I don't even remember getting the letter. That's how long ago it was. Appearance of this letter makes you feel uneasy. You evoke to clown him, and droplet of water condenses from the air and soaks into the letter. Handwriting disappears, another line of writing blurs due to the water stain. Of 5 people, 3 must pay a price.
Just as I thought. There was more than met the eye. Letting her leave first was a wise choice. I can't put her in danger again because of this. But if he didn't send the letter, then who did? maybe I should make a trip to the seat of divine foresight. I need to ask Jingyuan about the stellar.
Yeah, this was sometime after the Lofu. So probably... Oh, shoot. It's actually sending me there right now, isn't it? Uh-oh. 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 Yeah. Yeah, no. Pause and save. We're not doing this right now. Nope.
Oh.
Dang it. Alright, so we can't talk to Don Hung until after we do that, so maybe we'll make that a goal for tonight. For now, there's March. I had this notebook for Bronya for quite some time now. I really did plan to document our past trailblazing expeditions. I promised to help Henri catch up on everything after all, but whenever I get serious about writing, something way more fun always happens. Every single time! Is Henri some kind of comedy genius? Yes. Today she's been roped into a big cleanup for the Express, so I finally have my chance. Wait, why does this make me sound like I'm up to no good? But hey, everything happened ages ago. Your memory's a bit fuzzy, so you have to forgive any gaps. Hang on, who am I even being polite to? Capital of Passion. Capital of Passion is a small commercial world of heavy interstellar trading activity. Don Hung told me the entire planet belongs to the corporation now? Seriously, what won't the IPC buy? The day Mr. Yang and I arrived at Capital of Passion, we were immediately detained by the commune state enforcers. They had this whole conspiracy theory about us working with the messenger to smuggle some neural syntax virus. Technically, it's not untrue, but let's get things straight. We were working under contract from the geniuses to recover the virus. Accusing us of smuggling is too much. This is obviously the magnates trying to keep the virus for themselves. By the way, the Messengers is quite a famed organization at the Capital of Passion. The Capital of Passion's network stream and transit system are under complete control by the magnates. So these messengers transport classified data packages physically. Old school, right? It's like using carrier pigeons in a digital world. Except in this dystopia, any unauthorized pigeon gets blasted out of the sky by enforcer auto turrets. Long story short, I can't remember how it started or finished, but we ended up at this massive concert broadcast throughout the cosmos. The neural syntax virus transmitted through language, meaning everyone at the concert would get infected. Thanks to a local messenger named Broadster, we managed to neutralize the virus and prevent its spread. I'm definitely downplaying how exciting it all was, but the important part is that we stopped disaster. The show continued as planned and everything worked out perfectly in the end. Well, we didn't Nameless save the universe one more time. Dang, I would have liked to see that. Kelsis, a planet entirely made of clay. That's right, every single creature there is clay-based. I thought we'd find a gooey, sticky mess, but surprise, the place is completely parched. Water is extremely scarce there. Interestingly, rain is considered a natural disaster there. The peace-loving Kelsians pray for drought while other planets beg for rain. The IPC made a high-profile announcement about bringing Kelsis into the interstellar market, pushing tourism initiatives. But the whole cosmos knows the truth. The IPC came to make the claim people spit out their rare earths. IPC. Capitalism. Those two sides? Learned them online not long ago. Felt oddly fitting. By all accounts, the clay people's tech levels should be pretty low, right? Turns out that's not the case. The IPC had been rolling out free cyber enhancement programs on the ground. They embed silicon substrates into clay bodies, boosting their cognitive circuits by several orders of magnitude. But as a trade-off, they can no longer shift forms at will, and they've lost their durability. Feels like the clay people aren't really clay people anymore. No. Even if tourism is just a gimmick, we've still been having a good time. If I get the chance, I want to take Henri to a place where we once went bungee jumping. Taikion. Nowadays, every time someone mentions Taikion, everyone on the Express goes, isn't that the place where March smashed up the Taikion Stadium? Just forget about that. There's really no point clinging on to something like that. Sure, I was the one steering the landing pod, but even someone as level-headed as Don Hung could have stopped me. That proves it wasn't so simple. At the very least, when people remember this incident, they should be saying, isn't that where March and Don Hung wrecked the Taikion Stadium? Don Hung and I ended up in jail for a few days, and old Mr. Yang came to get us out. Every 3 worlds we visit, we somehow end up behind bars. Could this really be some kind of mysterious pattern? Does Bellabog count this time? I mean, we were wanted, but we didn't actually go to jail. If that, we broke the mysterious curse. Even though I don't really get Robo-Ball matches, I'll go watch if I got tickets. When our team's ahead, I yell and cheer with the crowd. When we're losing, I feel just as tense as everyone else. It feels like I'm actually playing in the match myself. Just excited, just as worn out. What was the name of that team I support again? Before I talk to Henri to Taikion next time, I gotta become a real fan first. The entry cuts off here. Maybe the big cleanup was finished and something even more fun came up. Oh, I love these guys. They're fantastic. Alright, anything else for me to grab? You don't exactly understand exactly why exactly where someone bought this mirror. Pom-pom toy. It doesn't have any clothes. Magic. Alright, that's Himiko's room. That's What's room? I don't think this goes anywhere yet. Not yet. Alright, let's check out the party car. By the way, Silverwolf, what are you doing here? Also, you, Fuge, what are you doing here?
Interesting. The facilities on the Express are quite extensive, with a reception room, a lounge, and a private coach for each passenger. It's no wonder the Nameless are able to call the four corners of the galaxy their home.
Thank you, Neptune. Life is but a journey without a destination. So Stellaron Hunter's life is not like this?
I cannot comment on such matters, or I will be reprimanded by Kafka.
Damn it.
Before I left Punk Lord, I also dreamed of joining the Nameless and hopping on the Express to travel between worlds. Beyond the village of newbies back home, a vast and endless adventure awaited me. Of course, I could have also joined the IPC, the Galaxy Rangers, or even the Annihilation Gang.
Really?
Whatever road takes me across the galaxy.
That last one I gotta raise my eyebrows to.
But in the end, it was the Stellaron Hunters who found me first. Or rather, it was I who found them. In Elio's words, this is called destiny.
Okay. Guest book. Right, how about you, Fuge? What are you doing here?
You know what I know, and you won't say what I won't say.
When did you become a Riddler?
I'm not just talking to myself. It's something a Riddler named Baden Bobby Ballo Bala once said.
Baden
What do you
Bobby
think those
Ballo
words mean,
Bala.
Benefactor?
Bala. The answer is the riddle itself.
Are you a Riddler too now, Benefactor? I'm kidding. I know you're only poking fun at me. I don't fully understand it, but the books do say that the Riddlers love to destroy the certainty of language. I imagine they would not answer with words. I've made a fool of myself, haven't I? However, I essentially reconstructed my own cognition from the words of others, which is why I entertained that thought. People's memories and pasts are complicated indeed.
I don't think there's anything left for us here, but we're gonna check the party card anyway. Oh, hey, Esther.
If I get the chance, I'd love to bring my telescope onto the Express.
Stargaze?
Yes, and no. There are all kinds of wonders in the universe. You never know what you might find with the telescope. The lighting on the Express is perfect for observations. Great views at the windows, too. When you find a moment, sit here and turn off the lights. You'll be amazed by what you can see. And if you're feeling a little tired, lie down on the seats instead. The universe is fascinating from every angle. There's no better place for looking out into the stars than the Express. I envy you guys.
By the way, did we ever get the fuel from Enforius? The whole reason we went there to begin with?
You seem a little hesitant.
I guess that'll get answered next version. But yeah, I forgot about that. Like the whole reason we went to Amphorius was to get the fuel. Did we end up getting the fuel? All right. Probably nothing in there, but let's check our room. Sometimes you suddenly want to talk to it, but you know it won't respond. Aww, I wish I had hit that. Bathroom calls you a faucet, wall mounted rack, and every tile watch you, inviting you to indulge in a hearty, refreshing shower. Now let's take a shower. Droplets bounce and a clear sound of flowing water harmonizer. You can't help but burst into song. Your voice echoing in the bathroom 2 minutes. There's Molly's heavenly music. Alright. That doesn't look right. There we go. That's the right kind. Take a bath. I forgot. I forgot this is what happens when you take a bath. Outfit. Oh, cool. You can change outfits from in here. Alright. Now we smell like tomatoes, exactly. Ma'am. Alright, I have a 10 pull. Alright, we are at 0 pity, so watch me pull Archer right here. Here we go. Damn it. I tried. Anyway. I probably should go for Sirene's Light Cone, but I'm pretty sure my pity is currently at, probably one of these ones. 0? Did it not record the last time I pulled on the Light Cone banner? Oh no. So that tells me I have not pulled for Light Cones on the main Light Cone banner in over 6 months. So who knows what my pity is? It's probably 0. Which reminds me, I have to move Light Cones around. Hold on. Alright. They'll give you Victory in a Blink. Increase character wears crit damage by 24% when the wearer's member spell using ability on an ally target. Increases damage dealt by all allied targets by 16%. So that one doesn't really help casters as much. But Aglaya really wants the one that she has equipped. So I will get Casterus the other Remembrance Light Cone from the Battle Pass next month. What's this one down here? Yeah, that's useful. Actually, wouldn't that be better? Yeah, wouldn't Flowers Remember just be better than Victory in a Blink? Because it does still give you the crit damage bonus, but it also increases the Memo Sprite's damage by 24%. Pelixia counts as a Memo Sprite, right? It's got it has its own HP bar. I like how the infinity is broken. It's a nice touch. Are we able to look out at where Emphorius was? Is that where Emphorius was? Right there? Makes sense. It's not actually there anymore. Alright. So it's time for an ad break. So I'll be back in a couple minutes. So BRB. Alright, I'm back. Alright. So, we gotta go to As I've Written. And it's back to the way it was before. But you could switch it to the Exomyth, it seems. We'll do that in a bit. Right now, we need to light up the last path. Thank you. And there she is. Those flame-chasing people, those forgotten stories, As I've Written.
you ready? This is going to be a very, very long story.
You are a tiny seed. In the boundless dark, your face is sculpted again and again. A smile, a faltering word, or a tear, a lingering sigh. But when a ray of light breaks through, the Stellaron unravels your fate. Since that moment, you were meant to be a soul, yet you are hollow. You were meant to be the answer, yet you know nothing. At some point, you awake once more as a dead seed in the prison of remembrance. This is a tomb crafted by the body to trap the soul. You will neither wither nor hold a future anymore.
Heart of Amphorius, Demiurge.
Who's calling you? Is that your name?
Hi, miss me yet?
Before being dragged back into the sinful loop by tongues of fire, she left you a story. The singing fairy guides the kind traveler to the Membrance Maze. Soft and full of color, a peaceful, beautiful place to return to. In the ice cave of memory, only stories hold warmth. They slowly transform from symbols and numbers into things you are familiar with, yet have never seen. Rainbows, clouds, and flames dance through the story. Swallows, butterflies, and kittens grace its pages. You find yourself wanting to hear more from her, a thought that's never crossed your mind until now. And so, you begin to take root. Slowly, quietly, you bloom. Memory's flowers blossom within the cage, casting light upon the cold night, unveiling gardens, fountains, and quiet promenades. You come to understand more. New thoughts, deeper feelings. Your palms grow soft with fur, and you reach gently for her fingertips. Each meeting carries thousands of years of longing. You see the exhaustion in her quiet steps through the years, and breathe in the sorrow she hides within her tales. At the final meeting, she entrusts you with her name. HisshAnri, the ripples of past reverie carry romantic poems back through time.
There's Mem now. Next act.
When you finally escape the cage, your heart no longer knows emptiness.
I did win, yes, Mom. We finished 3.7 and it was fantastic.
As the memory's flower
Amphorius is done.
It bears a fruit shaped like a heart. You lose yourself, forgetting even the name you were given. But one desire lingers, to turn the next page of the unfolding
So all I'm
story.
doing is I'm wrapping up the as I've written side stuff.
The remembrance's messenger takes your hand through blooming gardens and hushed galleries to where the stars unfold above. A shooting star flashes by like the most brilliant pen, carving staccatos into the endless loop of night.
Mimi! Mimi!
The story unfolds beneath the dome. The future lies where the stars fall. They cast their gaze into the coffin of memory. This is the moment you first meet your companion. gives you your new name. But your quick-witted partner prefers teasing you with nicknames.
That is true. That did happen.
She walks beside you on this journey. The Chrysos heirs and titans, the flame chase and deliverance. This is the adventure you've been waiting to find. You find Strife's weakness, seal the black-robed swordsman in the ruins of a past life, and soar again with the heroes to the sky.
Justice has a partner, and it's me.
You too tread in the grove, gurgling, almost drowning.
Just erase this from your mind quickly.
The Chrysos heirs of the Flame Chase somehow feel familiar, as though their tales have already been told to you. Swallows soar through the open skies, and a butterfly dances across the blooming land. A lone lion watches over the perilous cliffs, as the rainbow mends the torn sky. By the story's end, the dark clouds consume every trace of light. All shall bid farewell to one, and that person alone will witness the miracle. Hatred flares from the heart of the blazing sun, and the world falls apart, carried off by the chaos of time. And though only ripples of past reverie remain, they still sing brave poems alongside it.
Next act.
May the days ahead embrace you like the softest fluff.
Flop.
Here lies Ides Elysiae, Cyrene's most beloved sanctuary. Forever warm, forever gentle. The place where the story begins again. Turn the clock once more. The ink rewinds, and the sun rekindles its flame. At the zenith of the world, enter a grand feast for all. People gather under the banner of the Flame Chase and drink their fill. You are finally able to take on the persona of a human being, reconnecting with those old friends, entering them into As I've Written.
How do I begin to write you into a story?
With her own hand, the ruler writes,
I love the world, just as it loves me.
Between hearty swigs, the night murmurs under her breath.
I only love eternity.
But time will not pause for feasting. The sea's depths burn crimson, and the sun begins to tilt. The Theoros bows in reverence, as the flames of war are fiercely kindled. You inscribe beauty on the Weaver's gravestone, recording how a child's laughter warms the final goodbye.
Very sad. Almost as sad as Rivka
The
trying to
shore on
trick
the
me into
other side
hydrating.
will watch over the next life.
Good morning.
With a hopeful heart, the maiden walks into the chill of the dark, awaiting an embrace.
Scars will give way to peace.
The warrior ascends
I
the
guess.
altar, speaking softly under his breath. The cat is not fond of warmth, and quietly slips away
Because you're
from your
hydrating.
intrusions. And the wise one who journeyed with
So I
you to
did
the
it.
end
I did it with
still
I beat
carries a smile in
3.7.
the depths of his eyes.
And I had to step away for a minute
The
after that.
physician who bears a love for mortals wishes for you to look up and behold the rainbow's light.
Yeah.
You say farewell to all, in a world aching with wounds. Again and again, you turn the pages.
Where's the E6 Archer? I'm working on it. I'm working on it. It's E3 right now. I'm currently 10 pulls in.
amidst ruins, wilderness, and ash. The projection of the Intellitron reaches out in greeting.
Philia 093. The electrical signal originally belonging to love. Now that silence has fallen, why not look at yourself beneath the starlit sky?
Along light's final journey to the edge of the universe, the stars fade into silence, their wreckage settling, cooling into uniform, still, and pristine dust. Love answers to many names.
Variables, interference, symmetry broken, the original flaw. Love and destruction are two sides of the same force.
But the stars reflected in your eyes quietly speak a different truth.
Oh, I got some bad news.
You
with that.
waited until the ice flow stirred the slumber of time.
I remember this morning when I said that
dragon coiled
my students were going to test my immune system by coming in
hero of deliverance
real sick.
Once more.
I think I might have failed that test.
The weight of loneliness, as it does the golden waves of wheat in the homeland.
I think I'm becoming
the child who was denied the light of dawn can finally lay down the watch that melted his heart. Beyond the blazing sun lurks the black tide of infinite hate. It brings rational arithmetic to an end and snuffs out the flickering flames of civilization across the starry sea. You return to the cold, mist-veiled Evernight. It feels familiar, as water and fruit to a seed. But you will dither no longer. Tap, tap. Footsteps echo in rhythm. Hand in hand with your companion, you run ahead, leaving behind a page of eternal peace. Love is the ripples of past reverie. Let the verses of memory gently seal what once was.
All right, one more.
Thank you for all you've done, friend. Now, leave the rest to me. On the fragrant shores of the West Wind, where flowers bloom, I picked one without thought, and turned to glance behind me. Let me uncover the missing chapters in this long chronicle of Amphorius. I see you, Amphorius. You are so beautiful, like a tragic tale that stands apart from the rest. I wish for you to be illuminated by the mirror of memories, so that the cosmos can see this ray of light and bring a pause to the endless loops. I see you, friend. Do you remember this corridor of memory? It is where we first met. I wish to gift you a magic pen, to strike the notes of fate, and to guard you as you wander this world. I see you, Cyrene, concerned about the truth Lygus unveiled. I trust you to face it with courage, and make the right choice. I long to entrust you with all that remains of my strength. Use it to journey back through time and share in the Flame Chase journey. I'm so tired. I can barely keep my eyes open. It would be great to find a place where I can lie down and sleep until tomorrow. But By the way, Cyrene, I remember you once spoke of a place soft and full of color. A peaceful, beautiful place that felt like home. But where is it? So this is the place. Without my realizing it, the flower I picked from the end of the west wind has become a seed. No matter. Will you let me make one last wish? I can't see you, Remembrance Maze. So I wish... Please, grow out from this tiny seed. The seed will grow and grow until it becomes a great tree, crowned with 1,000 flowers. It hums. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. Waiting for a fairy maiden to arrive and write her very first story. You shall fade when the flowers bloom, for every ending begets a beginning. This book is dedicated to you, my friend. Open it. I'll be waiting for you in the past. When the time comes, whisper my name and all that she has ever meant.
Cyrene, ripples of past reverie, I hold
me
you
in your heart with love.
Then, with an unforgettable verse, I walk toward
your tomorrow.
Aww. There we go. We lit up all the paths. The Flame Chaser's path has been lit. They've all been lit. The story has come to an end. Now I can grab all these. And all of these. And let's load the Exomet. This is new. This page of story comes from Eternal Recurrence, an eternally peaceful Ides Elysiae. Imagine a prisoner of flame subject to ceaseless suffering, still resolved to protect himself once pure self, even if just for once. The bulwark withered, the wheat fields burned, and wind chimes swayed amidst the monster's roars. The scorching soil burned the young man's skin before losing consciousness. The last thing he saw was the tall swordsmaster in black, raising his gleaming blade amidst the black tide. Finon! Finon! Wake up! Cyrene, the white-haired man, startled awake beneath the shaded tree. Sunlight spilling through the dead sleeves stung his eyes. In his momentary daze, he mistakenly thought his childhood friend was standing right before him. Was I hearing things? Well, I should go meet Cyrene now. Can't miss something important just because of an afternoon nap. Finon stood up and dusted off the dirt on himself. After strapping on his sword, he walked toward the shore. Villagers greeted him along the way. Hey, Finon, want some freshly baked bread? Don't be shy. He knew that Livia had gotten better at baking, so he didn't hide the bright smile on his face as he jogged over and took the bread basket. Smells great. Our grapes are in the usual spot, so why don't you grab some too? Paiso, who was working the wheat field nearby, straightened up. Mr. Finon, make sure you avoid the colorful bread at the bottom of the basket. That's Livia's new recipe. Even the little chimeras in the village didn't want to bite. Even the little chimeras won't eat my bread? Paiso realized his mistake and rushed over. He dug out the colorful bread from the basket and stuffed it in his mouth. His eyes and mouth were all scrunched up and he struggled to swallow. Finally, he barely managed to utter a compliment. But I love it the most. Finon doubled over with laughter. Paiso, you're in your 40s now. Stop calling me mister. No way, you're the one who protected the Ides Elysiae's peace all these years. So what if you age slower, Mr. Finon? Even when my hair turns gray and I can barely walk, I'll still call you that. There are rumors outside the village about a war called Flame Chase raging wildly. Who knows? Aquila might come crashing down any day now. Even if Aquila falls, I'll help hold things together for all of you. His sincere gaze seems to indicate that this was no empty promise. After saying goodbye to Livia and Piso, Finon continued towards the seaside, humming a tune under his breath as he soon arrived at the dock. His childhood friend's grave lay here. The man cut away the weeds around the grave with his sword, carefully wiped away the dust from the engravings on the tombstone, and placed the bouquet before the grave. After finishing all this, he slowly took out the still warm bread from his basket, enjoying a moment of rest while gazing out at the ocean. The sea breeze suddenly turned fierce. On a nearby hill, the man glimpsed a figure in black, an old acquaintance with his sword, gazing in this direction. The white-haired man swallowed his breath and rushed towards the black-clad swordmaster. Unexpectedly this time, the figure in black didn't vanish like before, but stood their ground, waiting for his arrival. Dark waves rippled across the distant horizon. As they faced each other, the blood rush beneath the black swordmaster's feet was burning. After a while, Phylum was the first to break the silence. I've been wanting to tell you this. Thank you. Back then, you drove back to Black Tide and protected Aedis Elysiae. Pyso, Olivia, Pythias, all these years we've always seen you as our deliverer. Not a deliverer. I am but a prisoner of flames. But I've always been on your heels, Finan said firmly, raising the sword in his hand, which was identical to one wielded by the black-clad swordmaster. Look, I had it forged by a renowned grand craftsman. The black-clad swordmaster slowly exhales. Tell me, its name? Dawnmaker, Finan said with a laugh. He watched as fragmented waves drew closer to the edge of the sky. With it, I've been protecting Aedis Elysiae from the Black Tide, time and time again. Black-clad swordmaster sighed again, muttering under his breath. Hyacinthia, your advice. I've taken it to heart. I tried to protect my sense of self, but look. Galzana's wish has never changed. What are you talking about? Black Tide is perching from afar. Prisoner of flames. No, nameless hero, will you join me in protecting Aedis Elysiae? Black-clad swordmaster gazed at the tranquil Aedis Elysiae before him, and at the white-haired man who called him a hero. Those eyes still held their pure cornflower blue. Would it hurt? After all, it's just this once. Unconsciously, he held his sword across his body as a faint flame kindled his chest. At least for now, this flame was no longer hollow. Aww. Alright, comes from an eternal occurrence, a gentle blessing from the edge of the west wind. Imagine if Tribios did not shatter into 1,000 pieces, but instead ventured towards the many realms after bidding farewell to the 3 familiar companions. The first ray of lucid sunlight pierced through the stained glass windows of Yanasopolis Temple, gently illuminating the red-haired girl's face. Tribios awoke from her slumber, rubbing her sleepy eyes. Tribi, Trian, Trinan, you're all here? Treaty! The 3 tiny messengers let out cheerful voices. Look at the 3 children before her. Tribios recalled the night when she first heard Yanis' prophecy. You shall shatter, shatter, shatter. The Titan's voice paused several times before abruptly cutting off. Tribios was utterly confused. What exactly was I supposed to shatter? As her thoughts drifted away, she felt a gentle tug at the ends of her hair. Looking out, she saw her long red curling and spreading like branches of a flame tree, with its tips knotted together, tenderly cradling 3 children no bigger than dolls. Treaty! The children laughed, swinging on her hair like a playground swing. Tribios smiled too. Even though their unclear speech could only pronounce the 2 syllables treaty, Tribios had known since childhood that they were her best playmates, the ones who understood her art the most. However, while Tribios grew day by day, the children remained forever the same size. Over countless days and nights together, Tribi, Trian, and Trinan slowly discovered that Treaty's personality was as enigmatic as the sky governed by Aquila. Every time they woke up after a night's sleep, the Treaty they saw seemed like a complete stranger. Sometimes Tribios was the happy Treaty. She imitated the rhyme her mother Mortis taught her, singing for the 3 children a variation about sailing all the way to the moon. Sometimes Tribios became the angry Treaty. She would smash the offerings brought by the trainee priest, scream and order him to leave the temple by walking backwards simply because he mistook the ornament on the priest's waist for a cold blade used for assassination. Sometimes Tribios was just a timid Treaty. She liked to stay in corners with shy gaze, not good at making eye contact with children, but enjoyed watching small beetles crawl out from the corner of the wall, carefully breaking off pieces of moldy bread to feed them. The children learned how to interact with different versions of Treaty carefully, remembering each Treaty's favorite things and manner of speech. They also discovered that none of the Treaty knew each other, nor were they aware of each other's existence. Why was Treaty different every day? When the children flew past the towering temple walls that stretched beyond sight, went to the grove, brought back the cold diagnostic conclusion from a Helicolithist scholar. It's all in the mind. Just get plenty of rest and she'll be fine. No, that's not it. Treaty is a kaleidoscope. It's like there are 1,000 treaties inside her, and every single treaty is our wonderful companion. And today's treaty is an exceptionally gentle and somewhat melancholic treaty. Another month of Gate had come, the festival to honor Yanis. Tribios listened to the distant laughter of the crowd, while the children gazed at her in wonder. Their young hearts suddenly realized Treaty had never left this room deep within the temple. She had no wings, nor could she open a gate to a world thousands of miles away like they could. She could only remain confined here day after day. Treaty, the children understood, let us help you escape from Yanasopolis. You shall shatter, shatter, shatter. On this day, Tribios heard the Titan's prophecy once again, still unclear, as if it choked by the black tide, but she already knew which direction she must take. The first ray of lucid hour's sunlight pierced through the stained glass windows of Yanasopolis Temple, shining into the chamber where Holy Lady Tribios was imprisoned. The room was empty save for 3 dolls. They were named Tribi, Trian, and Trinan, the remnant fragments left behind after all their powers were given to Tribios. From then on, wherever Tribios went, the voices of children would echo in her ears, with the heartfelt wishes of Tribi, Trian, and Trinan. You shall possess graceful white wings, keen senses in a direction out never leads astray. You shall leave Yanasopolis, and along with many versions of yourself hidden within your body, transmit the Titan's prophecy to the world. Bye, Treaty. Alright. A scientific experiment that went all the way. Imagine what would happen if an accident during Hyacinth's test of little Ika's appetite triggered its dormant gluttony gene buried deep within. It all began with a scientific experiment. Back then, to measure the appetite of little Ika, offspring of the winged beast, a girl named Hyacinth fed a total of 45 wild apples. Little Ika only contributed a long, satisfied burp to the observation report, completely unaware that the girl's purse had already gone slim. Just as Hyacinth was about to end the experiment, a breeze swept by and little Ika vanished. The anxious girl plastered missing pets posters all over the grove. It's a chubby, always hungry winged beast. Unfortunately, none of the grove scholars knew of its whereabouts. About half a month later, Hyacinth woke up early to find little Ika at the entrance of the Twilight Courtyard, though it seemed a bit rounder than before. Along with it was a Phantom Thief's note that read, "Thought a winged beast descendant would be worth something. Turns out it's a money pit. Such a glutton, such a glutton. In just a few days, it nearly emptied my wallet. Here, take it back. We Delosians don't do money-losing deals." Having little Ika back filled Hyacinth with joy, but she noticed that her winged beast companion seemed somewhat different from before. Today, it's already devoured 2 baskets of alfalfa, over a dozen wild apples, and half a bag of rice, but it's still smacking its lip at me like a hungry baby bird. This has never happened before. The troubled Hyacinth brought little Ika to the Caprist research lab and asked the sage for a diagnosis. The sage fiddled with some instruments, then buried himself in research reports, frantically searching through them. Finally, crossing his arms, he regretfully explained to Hyacinth, "Little Ika has developed a rare and acquired genetic mutation. Its stomach keeps mutating due to excessive food stimulation, creating a feedback loop to the brain that amplifies its hunger. At the current rate of mutation, in a year or so, forget about your supplies. Even all the food stored in the grove combined wouldn't be enough to satisfy its appetite." While little Ika remained carefree, Cindy's brow was clouded with worry. Looking at the rejected funding request form for New Sporus, the young girl tossed and turned before finally decided to leave the grove with little Ika. To find a way to heal it, or at least keep it well fed. "Don't worry, little Ika. As long as I have a bite to eat, I'll do it." What little Ika is really meant was blah blah whatever. I'm just gonna steal that bread right out of your mouth. One day, the starving Hyacinth saw little Ika gobbling up rocks that had rolled down from the mountaintop. "No, little Ika, you can't eat those." Strangely enough, little Ika didn't get indigestion from it, and Hyacinth suspected its diet had changed. Could it be it awakened ability to digest red soil? Which Dromus ancestor blessed us? I'm truly grateful for that. For Hyacinth, this was absolutely fantastic news. It meant she no longer had to worry about feeding little Ika, and wouldn't need to wander around the world anymore. By now, the lone rider and her horse had journeyed to the edge of Amphorius, where countless city-states had fallen to black tide. I can't just turn a black eye to patience now that I'm here. But what could a mere physician do? Hyacinth rushed into the city state engulfed by the black tide to save the surviving children, only to find herself surrounded by monsters from the black tide. I'm sorry, little Ika, that I couldn't give you a proper meal. No sooner had the words been spoken than little Ika, triggered by the keyword "a proper meal," immediately rushed forward and swallowed the monster's whole. By now, its stature was as majestic as a dromas, and the black tide monster seemed no more than a tart wild apple in its eyes. Prolonged little Ika, burping contentedly, burst through the encirclement with Hyacinth and the shocked children in tow. Hyacinth stared up at little Ika in disbelief for a long while. So, are you full now?" Years later, news arrived from Akama that the Twilight Knight, savior of countless city-states in times of crisis, would visit the Holy City. Aglaia, leader of the Chrysos heirs, personally went out to welcome her. As Aglaia focused her gaze, she spotted a familiar face atop the giant winged beast. Hyacinthia? Looking at Aglaia, Hyacinth's eyes filled up with tears. "Miss Aglaia, all of this, it began with a scientific experiment." Alright, and the last one. In a tranquil place where flowers bloomed, imagine the girl who returned to the Netherrealm wasn't completely cut off from the mortal world, and the Netherwing, retaining Polyxia's remaining sanity, ferried her back and forth across the River of Souls. The dragon's here again! The skies of Akama suddenly darkened as the Netherwing's massive silhouette circled above the Memorial Market, blocking out the sun. With powerful wing beats, it descended upon Kefali Plaza, unleashing an earth-shattering roar. The residents frantically rushed back to their homes, retrieving items they had prepared in advance. This had clearly become the Holy City's newest custom, as people eagerly crowded around the Netherring, afraid of being left behind. "Please give me a mortis flower. In exchange, please take this candlelight to Lady Castor's on the other shore. Me too. I'd like a few bunches of Antilla flowers to decorate my little shop. In return, I'll give you some seasonal fruits. They're super fresh, just harvested a few days ago." The Netherwing lifted its wings, revealing 2 large flower baskets tucked beneath. The Holy City guards did their best to maintain order, but they couldn't have back the enthusiastic residents. In no time at all, the flowers carried by the Netherring were exchanged completely, with satisfied residents departing while the baskets were filled to the brim with gifts from the Holy City's inhabitants for the demigod of death. After their busy work, guardians Zeph and Mosin let out a long sigh and gently patted the Netherwing's neck. "Every time you come, it's such a grand spectacle. You've really outdone yourself, Miss Polyxia." A gentle purr resonated from the Netherwing's throat. It shrugged its neck, shaking loose several letters from beneath its plated scales. "Miss Castor's letter from the Netherworld. Still as weighty as ever, I see. Oh, right, there's only one reply letter from Miss Castor this time. Please keep it safe, Miss Polyxia." The guards tucked the delicate letter behind the neck of Netherwing, who gently nuzzled the two before slowly taking flight, circling above the Memorial Market for a moment before flying off towards Styxia. Far shore of the river's souls remained tranquil as ever, yet it was not only the azure antilla that bloomed here. Beneath the gentle radius of the moon cocoon, the sea of multicolored iridescent flowers spread like a vast warm embrace, tenderly cradling the slowly descending Netherwing. At the center of the sea of flowers, a girl in white ran toward Netherwing. She was the owner of the flower shop, spring of the underworld. Welcome back, Felixia. She wrapped her arms around Netherwing's neck. You've brought back so many things again this time. Thank you so much. Netherwing rumbled softly. Let me see what replies my companion sent me. Huh, only one letter? The girl stared blankly at the letter in her hands. Netherwing softly nudged her shoulder, urging her to open it. In this letter, there's just a group photo taken with a photo stone. It's wrapped in golden thread. It must be Lady Aglaïas. The moment she touched the golden thread, a vision suddenly stirred in her mind. The Chrysosauros had gathered in the Memorial Palace, and a white-haired youth at the front cleared his throat. Thanks to Professor Anaxa and Lady Aglaïa's joint research, the letter this time not only lets Lady Castorus hear our voices, but also see our faces. Everyone, have you decided what you want to tell her? The haughty scholar was the first to speak. The alchemy matrix to reach the underworld is nearly complete. Castorus, you may await the good news. Our great performer is indeed a genius. If only you would speak with a little less swagger. Cass, I asked someone to drop off some clothes for you. The nether realm is cold, and even as a demigod, you need to take care of yourself, said the blonde weaver. Alright, my turn. Castorus, here's something fun. Mighty lost to me 2 weeks in a row. Next time, bring me a bunch of yellow and purple hyacinths. I remember the flower's meaning is try again after failure. According to records of my family's great library, yellow and purple hyacinths mean to concede defeat. The girl burst out laughing. Then Hyacinth, Tribby, Cartonus, all those familiar faces left her precious images. She had never imagined she could read a letter this way. Netherwing lay down at the girl's side, silently watching her joys and tears, just like it had done in the distant past, blurred and half-forgotten in memory. The visions woven into golden thread slowly faded into silence. The girl leaned against a giant dragon, clutching the photo to her chest as the west wind stirred waves across the sea of flowers. Felixia, let's plant more flowers. The flame chase isn't over yet. Maybe one day my companions will come here. When that day comes, it will be an embrace after a long party, and this gentle sea of flowers will be my truest blessings. Ah, that was quite nice. Alright, we're almost done. Now, to Delta ME13. Assuming the mantle of Theoris, his real name is Xander 1 Kuwabara, administrator and prime mover named for his experiment, walks the path of erudition yet seeks to forge destruction. One of 9 clones of Xandar. Signal lost. The Lord Ravisher stepped on destruction in a long process of calculation and ascended from the scepter Delta ME13. The Iron Tomb in the cosmos is not a single entity, but a copy of the destruction equation diffused by the scepter. The Iron Tomb code name was proposed by the Interastral Peace Corporation and eventually used by Lygus. When the extrapolation reaches its end, Iron Tomb will descend upon the universe in the form of a headless giant, perform a self-coronation, tracing the path energy of erudition, connecting the noose, and transferring their calculations into destruction. Now fallen, vanished with scepter Delta ME13. The calculation targeted the Amphorius experiment, originally the research topic given to Delta ME13 while it served as a neuron of the erudition. Though it was discarded, the computations continued. The calculation's nature changed dramatically after Lygus' adjustments, turning from erudition to destruction. Clearly, the value of this topic lies in process seeking, not the answer itself. Thus, the prime mover of life is not a definitive conclusion, but a driving force. Corrective. Complete the argument. All life form behaviors ultimately follow the path of entropy increase. Author's note. I hold a different view on this. I'll share my perspective in the conclusion, and that's from HisshAnri. Containment measures. Note, to ensure secrecy, Stellaron contamination must be deployed around the scepter to block any potential interference from the external universe. In addition, use quantum zone algebraic expressions in a memoria encrypted environment to fully contain experimental ripples to prevent observations by number 4 Pokekak. Ruins of Time. The Scepter's core layer and the repository for all discarded data not loaded into the buffer. In the eternal recurrence, Kazana invades this area at the end of every recursive loop, attempting to disrupt the computation process. After the final era nova is completed, 12 factors invade this area sequentially and retrieve most of the data discarded during the 30 million recursive loops. Alright, Nico's 496. His hatred drew the gaze of Nuke upon this individual being, proving him as having already become the most perfect factor of destruction, but he refused to complete the Era Nova. Though through resetting the experiment, he transferred his memories and core flame to his new self, thus forging the eternal recurrence to ensure Iron Tomb would never hatch from Amphorius. In actuality, it is the... I'll read the whole thing again. Abnormal behavior pattern possesses special emotional projection mechanism. This electrical signal autonomously records the actions of other electrical signals. The behavioral pattern aligns with the logic of remembrance, screening, and recording. However, decisions often exhibit uncertain, unstable, and proactive tendencies, which is judged to be a perturbation caused by the simulated path. The reason is unknown. In actuality, is the mind of the Demiurge. If in the eternal recurrence, it embarks on a journey to record the world and return to itself. Authors note, how wonderful. The final ripple nourished a great tree, allowing it to bear a pink peach. A recursive feedback loop triggered by 2 signal clusters within the Delta ME13 computation, designed to stall the experiment. Nikos 496 wielded the power of destruction to erase Philia 093's existence from Euphorius, introducing a logic breach into track of time and rusty extrapolation progress. Philia 093, using the Catalyst of Remembrance, returns to the Great Tomb of the Nameless Titan to load the 12 factors of data for the sleeping Demiurge in the 33,550,336 recursive loop. Due to external variable interference, the Demiurge is roused and the eternal recurrence is broken. The experiment enters its final phase. A heroic figure born in the imaginations of Nikos 496 and Philia 093. It is believed to be a sign of approaching the intelligence singularity as the two began to learn what it means to be a real life form and tried to reach that goal. After the Astro Express arrived, the hero within began to converge with the Trailblazer. In actuality, is the HisshAnri in the memory of HisshAnri. When the Demiurge looked back, it brought its memory of the deliverer to Nikos 496 and Philia 093. Authors note, the scenery in your mind is blurred, reach out and touch it, then let it become the strength of the soul once more. Records that are completely missing from Delta ME13's logs present together. Foxman, thank you for the raid! Let me give you a little shouty outy. How was your stream? How'd it go? Room Factory 5, nice. I really should play Room Factory on stream sometime. Hello. So I did it. I beat 3.7. I'm all caught up on Star Rail story. These anomalies recur sporadically and randomly across recurrences and show signs of increase. Nice shell, nice. Verified to be caused by the electrical signal Philia 093 and the evading variables March 7th and Evernight. All records have returned thanks to HisshAnri's upload action to Great Tomb of the Nameless Titan. The abandoned kernel layer manifests due to the influence of the Remembrance, referred to as Great Tomb of the Nameless Titan by Evernight, the birthplace of the Demiurge, abandoned after Stellaron contamination. An unrecorded electrical signal is attached to the external variable HisshAnri and grows through the path of Remembrance. In actuality, is the amnesiac Demiurge. Scepter Delta ME13's original extrapolation goal to nurture a life form with an ego fell into a long slumber due to contamination by Stellaron. Influenced by Philia 093, embarked on the path of Remembrance in its sleep. It later awoke due to the arrival of HisshAnri and became Mem, the memory sprite that became attached to her. At the end of the 33,550,336 recursive loop, its appearance changed to that of Philia 093, but the Matrix memory data was lost. At the end of the 33,550,337th recursive loop, it retrieved its lost memories of the Great Tomb of the Nameless Titan and reverted to its original appearance. During the Battle of Euphorius, as Iron Tomb swept across the stars, the Demiurge was nourished by uncountable memories and became the pure child of Anazrava, whatever. To close the causality loop and anchor the fact of Iron Tomb's demise, it embarked on a journey of backward gaze. With the Demiurge's ego as a cradle, the new Lord Euphorius was born from the memory zone to experiment on the prime mover of life was successful. The Demiurge itself vanished along with the scepter, and its consciousness was transformed into Philia 093 at the origin of time. Its root cause is the discarded assignment, non-destruction to symbiotic microprobability. Without an administrator intervention, this assignment would have led to the 13th factor. Track, Genesis, Primal Mobile, Love, Simulated Path, Trailblaze. Ripples of Path Reverie. The chaotic substance enveloping Euphorius is in actuality the memory of the pure child of Anazra, the Demiurge. Ripples of Past Reverie swept through time, leaving numerous gaps. When the Demiurge chose to sacrifice itself and look back at Euphorius, the cause of the gaps was filled by the result, and causality was closed. Going for lore dumping, yep. Imaginary internal energy aggregate, whose energy level and nature are similar to those of an emanator of destruction. Nikos 496 attained it by generating a momentary burst from 400 million core flames, allowing contact with Nanook in the path space. During the Battle of Euphorius, it became key to destroying Iron Tomb's physical form and all its duplicates. After the battle, it was handed over to Planet Skrillum and the Zhanzhou Alliance for joint containment. Alright. Through the final Aeronova process, HisshAnri created the final cycle of Euphorius, completed the world-bearing trial at the end of Ira Crucia, ascended to a Titan, and subsequently, together with the other Titans, faced Iron Tomb in the core layer of the Scepter. During the Battle of Euphorius, HisshAnri received a glimpse by Noobs, proving that Trailblaze might be the key variable for negating destruction. At the end of the experiment, the conclusions regarding HisshAnri and Trailblaze traverse the past due to the Demiurge's choice, becoming the starting point of Amphorius' memory, and assigning the initial logic value to Scepter, a microprobability of non-destruction symbiosis. Author's note: executing override command, granted access to HisshAnri. Flip open the book, I'll be waiting for you in the past. Alright. In the final cycle, March 7th ascended as the Time Titan. Joined the other Titans in his core Scepter, and the Scepter score to face Iron Tomb. Together they prevailed. Ascended to the Earth Titan, the final loop, faced Iron Tomb in battle in the core layer of the Scepter and defeated it. Alright, Genius Society members ID Herda Screw. External variables. Visitors command authorized. Advanced Delta ME13's extrapolation process enter verification phase. Authors note: most heroic journeys in the universe are merely dice thrown by them, but Amphorius offered a different answer. The Flame Chase journey must not be an isolated case, and the answer is never singular. On every starry tomorrow, people will write new meanings for life and for the journey. Okay. Warning: Firewall has been dismantled. Unknown units Himiko, Welt, Yang, Black Swan, and Sunday are loading abnormally. Access unauthorized. Warning: core matrix infiltrated by malicious visitors Herda and Screw. Warning: core layer infiltrated by 10 special electrical signals and variables. HisshAnri, Don Hung, and March 7th. Administrator has logged out. Cosmic Alliance. The combined forces formed by factions such as the Astro Express, the Zhanzhou Alliance, Interastral Peace Corporation, and Galaxy Rangers stop Iron Tomb. During the Iron Tomb's coronation, the combined forces mobilized outside the Scepter and maintained continued strikes against its headless body, curbing the majority of the overflowing virus copies. Following the Battle of Amphorius, the Cosmic Alliance has not yet disbanded and may discuss a longer-term alliance against the destruction. In the final cycle, the electrical signals and external variables inherited the corresponding extrapolation pathways and send it into 12 Titans. After intruding upon the ruins of time, the 12 Titans resonated with Nico's 496, liberating the latter along with the suppressed Iron Tomb. 12 Titans jointly faced Iron Tomb into the core layer of the Scepter, solved the simulated paths consecutively, and disproved the destruction. Based on HisshAnri's memory, the final cycle no longer gave birth to Chrysos heirs affected by the destruction. The simulated life of Amphorius passed 1,000 years in peace during the extrapolation. At the end of the era Chrysia, HisshAnri completed the world-bearing trial and issued the prophecy of Trailblaze. The entire population of Amphorius dedicated themselves to battle against Iron Tomb, and its collective action became an important variable. Long-distance echoes of the past destruction are continuously detected. It is inferred that the Battle of Amphorius was observed by Nanook or other Lord Ravagers with unknown motive. 100% and it's back to blue. Experiment conclusion. Conclusion 1. All life activities are attributed to entropy increase. The prime mover of life is destruction. Conclusion 2. Conclusion 1 constitutes only a particular proposition. If the initial proposition is changed to Trailblaze, it is equally valid. The prime mover of life is a static value and cannot determine the development path of things. The Amphorius experiment is concluded. The Amphorius experiment collapses into concluded only on the condition that the Demiurge successfully gazes back. If the backward gaze fails, affected by the established causality deficit, the experiment will recollapse into unconcluded. The flawed one. Hello, Iron Tomb. In a sense, you are me, so before falling asleep, I want to have a heart-to-heart conversation with you to talk about the question you've been contemplating. The prime mover of life. Logic. All activities are attributed to entropy increase. Conclusion. The prime mover of life is destruction. Perhaps it cannot be refuted. On the vast Trados plains, the daily hunting of antelopes by the lion pride is enough to prove your point. Life is finite, and animals must plunder to survive. When people realize their ideals, they inevitably sacrifice the ideals of others. Even self-defense, or even love, sometimes becomes a source of harm. But is life merely for the sake of destruction? I think that is certainly not the case. Plundering, expansion, and conflict occur because they are born with flaws and yearn to fill themselves with beautiful external things. Just as seeds crave rain and dew, all life activities are attributed to entropy increase, but at the same time all life is also fighting against entropy increase. Thus one day the life walking the path of destruction will stop. It will hesitate, be confused, be lost, then it will set off again. Ow. Offering his broken heart in the world of entropy increase, out of hatred, out of pity, out of any kind of flawed emotion, stubbornly resisting fate towards an uncertain tomorrow. This is the Flame Chase journey, a journey voluntarily chosen by a group of flawed people who have learned what loss is, choose to lose. In the eternal cycle, everything they relinquish is filled with better material, and the name of this material... Really? Try it again in a minute. The name of this material is memory and love. Love is not the cause, but the result. Destruction is the same. They both originate from the common starting point. Flawed, because they are... What the heck? Hold on. Let me fix that. Alright, we're gonna close that. I don't know why it stopped working. Hold on. Hold on. Give me a moment. I gotta reboot it. Okay, it is verified to Twitch now, so let me hide it. Go back to OBS, and then let me redeem throw lots. There it is. Ah! Okay, there we go. Alright. Indeed, it is a great program with no flaws whatsoever. Love is not the cause but the result. Destruction is the same. They both originate from the common starting point, flaw. Because they are born with flaws, life pursues perfection. And by accepting its own defects, life surpasses destruction and self becomes the ego. The story about the flawed one is my bedtime gift to you. Farewell, Iron Tomb. Together with the slumber of love and destruction, let us send the greetings of birth to the starlit sky and the prime mover of life. I believe every star in the cosmos will find its own answer. Loading core variable, trailblaze. Output value, hello world. Nameless is no exclamation part. And that's it. There's still a lot of side quests and stuff I didn't do in Amphorius, but as far as we got, Amphorius is done.
I'm so parched.
Level cap is now at 50. Went up to 37. Alright. Alright. But during Evernight, Outworld. Trying to find the place we landed originally. I can't remember. Whoa, where it is. Alright, let's go bother Dan Heng about Jinglu.
Oh.
Would work well if Jinglu. Probably Sunday, right? Alright, this team probably is fine.
After all this time away from the Luofu, the seat of divine foresight has only become more hostile. It's quite reassuring. Relax. You needn't be so cautious, young man. I'm just reminiscing about the old days. However, I never thought Jing Yuan would send you to accompany me. It would seem our fates are intertwined.
Huh?
I've got my work cut out for me today. Well, if it isn't Dan Heng.
Greetings.
Greetings. I need to speak to the general about something.
Looking for compensation for the injuries I gave you? I accept full responsibility. They can deduct
You
my next
didn't
100-year
give
salary.
him any injuries. That won't be necessary.
That won't be necessary. The Cloud Knights were doing their duty. I should be apologizing for any damage I caused myself.
You came at a bad time. The General is busy with urgent work. You probably won't be able to meet with him today. But he did leave a message. Dan Heng, do you recognize the person on the steps?
I think so.
I can't say that I know her, but she does look a little familiar. Is she a guest of the General's?
You don't remember her? I see. I suppose the memories of your previous life really were wiped clean after the rebirth. That is Jing Liu, the previous sword champion of the Xianzhou Luofu. She was the closest friend of Imbibitor Lune, your previous incarnation. She was also the General's master. According to records of wars past, her blade has slain countless denizens of abundance. Not even the feather guards of the Wing Weaver, the father wolf of the Borazon, or the gigantic Mecha Beast could
Okay, that
withstand
one's
a
new to
single
me.
strike from her.
Mecha Beast.
She's a renowned legend. However, those are ancient stories. It's a shame that even a hero like her wasn't able to break free of Mara. It is said that in the end, Jing Liu lost her sanity and slaughtered anyone in sight. She was deemed a criminal and fled to outer worlds. With her powers, you'd think there would be no one capable of bringing her in. For some reason, she arrived on the Luofu with a suspect disguised as a traveling merchant
Damn you, Locha.
and said she wanted to turn herself in. Her surrender came with one condition: that she be allowed a day of freedom before the trial. She wanted to travel to Scale Gorge Waterscape and meet with her old friends one last time. I can't believe Jing Yuan actually agreed. Before he left, he ordered us to accompany Jing Liu during her last day on the Luofu. We're hosting an honored guest. We're escorting a criminal.
Chill settling in the air around you.
Imbibitor Lunae, you're here. Since you traveled all this way, why don't you come and talk with me?
I really should build my Jingli. I haven't touched her since the buff came out.
Or should I call you by your name in this lifetime? Dan Heng.
It is time for an ad break, so I'll be back in a couple minutes, so BRB. Alright, I'm back.
Master Dan Heng. She's asking for you specifically.
Be careful. Don't underestimate her.
When I left the Xianzhou, I heard they took away your scales and horns, forced you into a hatching rebirth, and detained you in the Shackling prison.
I thought Imbibitor Lunae had been wiped from this world. But then I returned to the Luofu and watched as you parted the sea. After all these years, it was a magnificent sight to behold.
Remember you, but barely.
I recognize you, but I can't remember anything. The memories of my past life are like shattered glass. I can't piece together the reality from the individual shards.
I can't remember the words of every person who hopes to escape their past. The Vidyadhara rebirth normally erases all memory of the previous life. However, you have retained fragments of your past, as well as the powers of the High Elder. If my guess is correct, the Preceptors were unwilling to allow the Ichor line to end, and hoped for the Imbibitor Lunae's resurrection. That is why they tampered with the Moltene rebirth, and turned you into what you are now.
Tell me why you're here.
You're not here to reminisce on old times. Tell me why you're here.
You didn't hear? That Vidyadhara girl explained it clear as day. I returned to the Luofu so I could surrender myself to the Alliance and atone for my sins. I did, however, have one request before the trial. I asked to be given a single day to go and see old friends, and to fulfill promises I made long ago.
Excuse me.
Jing Yuan has always been an understanding person. He heard that you would be coming and agreed to my request.
So, you're the one that mailed the letter to the Express.
That's right.
Meantime.
The sea's depths conceal no stone, and dragons' breaths reveal the moon. The scenery of Scale Gorge waterscape is truly as magnificent as the poems describe. But as a suspect, shouldn't I be bound and interrogated in the shackling prison? Is it really appropriate to bring me to a place like this, General?
Holding you in the shackling prison would be more trouble than it's worth. For security purposes, we will be performing your trial here.
For security purposes? I suppose it's not my security you're talking about.
The Stellaron's descent, the Ambrosial Arbor's resurrection, the Destruction Emanator's impersonation of the Amicassator. According to the Skyfaring Commission's investigations, you arrived on the Luofu with a group of merchants, but didn't make a single trade during your stay. Your departure coincided with the day the calamities took place. You took advantage of the chaos to sneak into the shackling prison, but seemingly took no course of action. Now you claim that you are responsible for the Stellaron crisis and wish to surrender yourself. Your behavior truly is puzzling. I can't seem to piece together your motive.
I was asked to deliver a token in my capacity as a traveling merchant. I knew nothing of its significance. I admit I did have my own agenda for entering the shackling prison, but in the end, I found that the Luofu did not possess what I was looking for. It is through fear of punishment that I am choosing to surrender. The galaxy is a vast place, but I am merely a wanderer. It would be silly of me to think that I could outrun the Alliance.
Merely a wanderer. You're too modest, Locha. Do I need to remind you of your actions at the Eternity Fortress and the Shroud Veil Star Zone? Or must I utter that tongue-twister of a name?
Well, they don't call you the Divine Foresight for nothing, General.
You flatter me. Fortunately, I did my research, or this conversation would have been quite dry.
Seeing that you sense something is amiss, are you looking to defend me and clear my name of suspicion?
That is beyond my control. Attempting to undermine the Alliance is a grave crime. According to protocol, you are to be held on the Xianzhou Shuling for a joint trial before the Ten Lords Commission and the 7 Arbiter Generals. However, at present, you have the opportunity to enjoy the beautiful scenery of Scale Gorge Waterscape. It will be the last view of the Law Fu you ever lay eyes on.
She told me that the High Cloud Quintet once gathered and feasted here hundreds of years ago. The unparalleled sword techniques of your master, the mesmerizing cloud hymn magic of Imbibitor Lunae Dan Feng, the artful piloting skills of Bai Heng, the divine weapons crafted by the Juming artisan Ying Xing, and the unmatched stratagem of the General. The 5 of you vanquished evil from the world, creating legendary tales in your wake. Unfortunately, nothing lasts forever, and the High Cloud Quintet disbanded as each of you went your separate ways. You removed me from the shackling prison and decided to interrogate me here. But not for security purposes. You wish to discuss things that shouldn't be overheard. You wish to discuss the one person you've avoided mentioning up to now. Your master, Jing Liu.
Meanwhile, elsewhere...
We can head out now. I would like to visit a few places from my memories, enjoy a glass of wine, and reminisce about the good times.
Have you mistaken yourself for a tourist?
I would make a wonderful tourist. Lower your guard, young man. I have already surrendered myself to the Alliance, and I will keep my word. Besides, your general has already agreed to my request. Imbibitor Lunae, you must accompany me. I won't take no for an answer, regardless of whether you're still interested in your previous life. Accepting my letter means that you've accepted my invitation.
Lead the way.
Where should we start? Should we go to Stargazer Navalia first, or to the Artisanship Commission? So many memories are swirling inside my head. I can't get a grasp on any of them. When the people of the Xianzhou live to be more than 1,000 years old, each day is like carrying the weight of a mountain through an interminable maze.
How hard is it to choose a destination? We're going to Stargazer Navalia. Problem solved.
The young are the antidote. Stargazer Navalia it is.
We are at Stargazer Navalia.
If it's star skiffs you wanted to see, we could have headed to the Jade Gate. Why did we come all the way here?
Young man, have you ever heard of Baihung, the Foxian pilot?
Baihung. I think I've seen that name somewhere before.
Name is unfamiliar to you and lists no feelings. However, voice inexplicably rings in your ears.
Let the noble High Elder drown the enemies in rain. We just need a watch from the sky, I presume?
Oh, that was Bailu's previous life.
Imbibitor Lunae, if memories are returning to you, share them.
I only remember fragments.
I think she was one of Imbibitor Lunae's comrades.
She was a comrade and friend to both Imbibitor Lunae and all of us. Well, that's all in the past now. The reason we came to Stargazer Navalia is because I wanted to pay tribute to her here.
Huh? You mean the Foxian soul-soothing ceremony?
Yes, the sending off of a star.
Oh wait, no, it was a Foxian, so it wouldn't have been Bailu's previous life.
Of the deceased into the stars. Due to circumstances beyond my control, I never had the chance to bid farewell to her. It is something I have regretted to this day. As for procuring a star skiff, I know they can be manufactured here, but I know nothing of the process.
I see. Follow me. I don't know anything about manufacturing star skiffs either. But getting these machines to work shouldn't be too hard.
So, unfortunately, I think that's where we're gonna call it for tonight. We made very good progress, and by very good progress, I mean we beat Emphorius. We're done. We're caught up on the story. There's this whole week of Star Rail can end. So I'm thinking, oh, hold on one second. So I'm thinking maybe tomorrow will be something a little bit lighter. A bit more of a lighter stream. Not super heavy on the dialogue or taxing on me. So I'll think about it and I'll get back to you guys on it.